It's day 19 of designing Animal Crossing Island in 30 days on hard mode. Yesterday, we did a whole bunch of stuff and I did some work off camera, which means I have that much money waiting for me in my bank account. I'll explain everything in a sec. But yesterday, we built up all of this in front of the entrance, and I say all of this as if it's like some kind of magnificent, huge build that took hours and hours. It didn't, but it's the start of something pretty cool. And I did mention that I'm probably going to give myself a little bit more time to collect money. And I did that. I have a bit of a slideshow for you. So I ended up playing the game when it was nighttime on the island and caught a few new bugs. And also I did some more diving, and I think the more valuable creatures are unlocked for me because I caught a couple of these lobsters. I caught a bunch of these nautilus shells, I think they're called. I caught the sweet shrimp. This is, Pascal came to visit and gave me a mermaid dress, and I found a pearl. So these are like all the really significant things that I caught. And I did say I was going to try and like take pictures of new stuff that I managed to get, just so that you could see exactly what you missed, since I don't do a whole bunch of fishing or diving on camera. And I got a spooky standing lamp from a balloon as well. And before I called it a day, I went to talk to Sprinkle, who gave me a cherry rug recipe. And that was it. That was everything that I didn't record sitting in this environment that I'm in now, where it's easy for me to just talk as I go. But everything you just saw was still technically from yesterday. The money, of course, is the most important thing, because yesterday we set up a new staircase. I'm going to take all the money out just so we have it on us. I'm going to finish paying that off. We're going to put down another project. And yeah, today's plan, the designing continues, basically. I'm going to do as much as I can. I can't do too much because I don't have customization kits, and I really want to customize a lot of the furniture that I can craft. So that's becoming kind of an issue. But I can definitely get started on some things. So plenty of money to spare as I pay down this first staircase. Very exciting. Also, you'll notice up top there, Marshall is indeed gone, and a villager hunt is in order. However, we could also just invite whoever this is at the campsite. I really hope it's somebody kind of cool. Oh, it's not. It's not somebody kind of cool. It's Snooty, the catchphrases, and I don't think I'll be inviting you. I'm sorry. So yeah, we definitely have some villager hunting to do today. We got our dailies. I gotta find the crafting villager, all that fun stuff. I gotta give out gifts. And now that I have a couple extra bucks to throw around, it's probably best that I place down the last couple of plots that I haven't yet placed down. Even if they get autofilled at this point, it's not a huge deal. I don't mind. It would just be good to get them put down on the ground somewhere so that I can start, actually planning the rest of the island, all the different paths, the different types of decorations we want to put around those areas. I'm having a feeling that the more I go, like the further I go with this, the more likely it is that a lot of people are going to have their very own farms, which is a little bit uninspired, but I need the money, and it would also be good to have the ingredients to cook with. And I just think the scenery that the farms offer are still nice, even if we don't regularly harvest them. By the way, today is the first day we get to harvest tomatoes. I'm wondering if I should start saving some of this stuff, because I have talked a little bit about cooking. I haven't learned how to cook yet, but that's just a few Nook miles away. And we, might want ingredients to cook with. The one downside to planting farms everywhere, of course, is trying to keep track of which farms you've watered so far for the day. That is a little bit annoying, and I'm likely to forget at some point. Or what's more likely to happen actually is eventually I'll feel like I'm good with money to where I don't need to harvest all of these every single time they're fully grown, and I might just start leaving them. Oh, and by the way, I need this butterfly, and that actually satisfies all of the butterflies that Wilbo asked us to grab. So you already know I caught a couple of banded dragonflies. If I put down this butterfly right here, this is all 4 of the butterflies that I was mandated to get, and now I just need to make myself a bug catching outfit. I really should be making the outfits first when I do this, but I just don't, which is really, really silly. But yeah, maybe if we have time, we'll do that today. And part of the challenge was to get them all donated. I just want to prove right now, you can see the little owl symbol next to them. Everything I was told to catch has been donated to the museum already. Speaking of donating to the museum, this is everything I caught yesterday and couldn't donate because the cafe was being built. I'll be coming back to this pile once I get the other 4 fossils from today though. Beach DIY, golden dung beetle. Oh, that's fun. I just used my last 2 customization kits to refresh some tools and get these points, and now I am officially out of them. We're gonna be buying a lot more come Sunday. Got a few more flowers grown around the hybrid garden, and I forgot to take up yesterday's as well. Hopefully this is a balloon with 30,000 bells in it. Oops, I missed. It's campfire cookware. Actually, that's pretty cool. For now, we can put it next to the campfire. Right there. Oh, Oh, this is a whole campfire. This, I see. Even better. We could start decorating around the campsite with this. Excellent. Oops, I meant to turn it on here. Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's obviously going to need like a lot more around it, but this is cool. I do think I should make sure not to block this part of the path right here. It's not really a path, but you know what I mean? It'd be nice to just be able to walk right through this, no problem. So I think I'll focus most of the decorations right here, and then in front, and then maybe a couple over here. And then if we want to, we can maybe put like a swinging bench or something like right here. Okay, time to offload some stuff. I did manage to collect shells today along my travels, and I will get rid of all the wheat and tomatoes this time, but I think I'm going to keep them going forward so that we do have some stuff to cook with. And just the amount we're getting for this alone is a really strong start to the day. And we have the money rock now. And with this money tree, I think we're for sure going to need to put down the next project before the end of the day. You know, another staircase, a bridge, maybe a bridge. My dailies are almost done. Right now I'm kind of preparing my gifts to give everybody. And I am going with the 2 coconuts per person route. But all right, time for Donate-a-thon. Blathers is telling us about the cafe upstairs, so we'll be getting some coffee as well. I think there's also some Nook Miles in it for me if I do. 8 fossils to assess. Let's see how many he takes. 4, it looks like. And of course, all these bugs and fish. Oh, I had a duplicate fossil in the bunch, so he actually only took 3. And yep, I'm gonna sell these. Oh, I do like the cafe a lot. I just don't, you know, hang out in here too much now that I've played this game for so long and it's not news anymore, but the cafe is pretty cool. I like the vibe, and I hope in the future when we get another game and there's Brewster, there's a little more to do, kind of like in New Leaf where you can work for him, something like that, or I don't know, something completely different. I think it would be a really fun place to also have different conversations with villagers that you wouldn't normally have when you just visit them in their house. Like maybe they're sitting at one of the tables and you could sit down with them and maybe you could play a little card game or something like that. Animal Crossing used to have fun little games you could play within the game, most notably like NES consoles in the first Animal Crossing. In New Leaf, we had like, I think 2 different games you could play on like a 3DS and maybe a Wii. Take these points though. That would be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. There's so many things you can do with a canvas like Animal Crossing, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. I've decided not to sell 2 of these fossils, or maybe 3. Fossils like this one are actually really cool decorations, and as you know, I don't really have a lot of decorations at the moment, so I will actually keep these and use them as kind of just museum entrance decorations, because I got this path with a little bit of space on either side of it, so this just makes a lot of sense. Maybe we get real lucky and find like a display stand or something. That would be awesome. I will sell all the excess though. And time for some gift giving. And also I am really happy to see LaBelle here because you get some designer clothing when you help LaBelle, and that's awesome because I could get shoes and socks. Zucker gave me a pullover jacket, and see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I can't get shoes and socks from these villagers. They won't hand them over. Also, it's in the rules that I have to help out LaBelle no matter what, so I need to be happy that she's here. But I am, legitimately. Work apron. The one benefit to getting all these random items of clothing from villagers is that doing her task and satisfying whatever criteria she wants shouldn't be that difficult. By the way, 5 Nook Miles tasks done, all of the times 2 ones done for today, which feels real good. A fairy tale outfit. Oh my gosh, I think I have the perfect thing. But I can't wear it if I wear the thing she just gave me. A school uniform with necktie. How is that a fairy tale outfit? I'm sorry. Hold on. Place item down. How is this? Oh, it does look pretty old school. I mean, I guess I'm not using this one. I think I have something even better. I'm going to use the wardrobe for the first time. Let's start from scratch here. I think the best thing I could do is wear the mermaid princess dress because it covers both halves of my body and definitely has to meet fairy tale criteria. No way it doesn't. Other than that, unfortunately, I don't have anything else I can wear with it. Well, I guess I could take a gamble on one of these hats, maybe the small silk hat, but that's it. Like, the snorkel is not going to be fairy tale material. I don't have any socks other than these stretch leggings, which I don't know how the points work with this. Maybe that'll add points because I'm wearing something. Maybe it takes them away. I'll just put them on. And no shoes. I'm going to get rid of the duplicate jackets I have here. There's no reason to have 2 of the same item of clothing. Apparently, I've never used a wardrobe before, and that was some Nook Miles. Nice. I don't think this needs to be perfect, like coming up with an outfit for LaBelle. I don't really know. The goal is to just get her to send me anything I can wear at all. So I'll take anything she'll go ahead and give me if that's from her line. We'll just kind of see if this satisfies the criteria. I'm a little nervous. All right, take a look. Okay, I'm gonna get evaluated here. I see. Yeah. Yes, this is what I mean when I say I'm looking for a fairy tale style. What a superb combination of pieces. You've expressed the theme beautifully. Okay, great. So having a combination of things seemed to help. I've learned so much. Thank you. And she's showing her appreciation with some Taylor's tickets, which I can't use. I should have thought of that in the rules, actually. It would have been kind of cool to use Taylor's tickets and make that the only currency I could use if I wanted to get clothing, but oh well, maybe next time. And please take this too. Please be like shoes or socks. It's pants! It's label shorts. Okay, I'll take, listen. That's okay. And there they are. They just look like, I don't know, basketball shorts. But when I make the bug catching outfit that Wilbur wants us to make, I could maybe make it purple and it would go with these, and that'd be kind of cool. For now though, this outfit has been working pretty well for me, so I'm just gonna roll with this. I do wish I got shoes, but hey, soon. Those shorts were just enough to also get me another storage batch of points. Just points for storing things, which is awesome. All right, I'm definitely not done handing out gifts yet. Raincoat, all right. That's kind of nice actually. I also have a rain hat, so technically that's a complete outfit. Samson's probably crafting up some Halloween stuff for us. Spooky lantern, not bad. I like this one. And his present for me is, of course, more clothing. Faith is wearing Cora's rockin' shirt, though. That's fun. And I get a gym tee. Maybe this will go with the purple shorts. No, not really. Sprinkle is still not ready to accept any presents from me, but probably by tomorrow. Now I'd just like to take a look at what I all have in my storage to see if there are any bits of furniture inspiring us to get started with another design project. I mean, at this time, I would say not really. In terms of DIYs, I do have a lot of new ones to kind of work with, but yeah, nothing too inspiring in my storage. I do think that it's probably time to go to the Nook Stop and buy some more. Unfortunately, though, I don't have a ton of miles, and I have a couple things I kind of need to buy, such as the waterscaping permit. If we are going to place down a couple more bridges, I might need to move a little bit of terrain around to get that done. There's also a couple of fences I'm waiting for, but they're not here yet. Just a couple more, and I feel like I'd have the right vibes for certain areas. I don't have the brick fence yet, so I'll just buy that, but I'm probably not going to use it. I think pretty soon it's going to become really important to get food in the mix here. There's a lot of DIYs that are going to be replaced with food DIYs, but food is also pretty cool as a decoration. So I don't know. I've been hesitating to get this one because it means villagers instead of crafting will sometimes be cooking, but we already found that to be the case. One villager was cooking and I couldn't collect the DIY, so maybe I'm not really preventing the game from you know, tricking me into missing out on DIYs anyway. So I will learn how to cook. And if we skip a day and just put a ramp down instead of a bridge today, maybe we can wait and hold off on the waterscaping permit a little bit longer. And instead, I could do something else, such as the pro decorating license, which would allow me to customize fences and do some other stuff like accent walls. I might hold off on that too. I also need Nook Miles tickets. We got to do like a quick mini villager hunt today. Oh gosh. Okay, let's buy one of these. This is a shame because I was supposed to do some designing today and it's not really looking good for me. I'm going to buy the simple well and then call that good on spending points for now. If I can't decorate a new area with too much furniture today, the least I could do is prepare myself to kind of finish up some existing areas. Ooh, and I got a couple things, maybe from Marshall leaving, I don't know. I got a Mr. Flamingo and an ironwood low table. So much for my day of designing things. I'll do something, but you know what? Let's head to the airport. I have to go find a villager, and there's something else we need to do as well. Before we go villager hunting, let's hit up Harv's Island for the first time. I think what you need to do with Harv is you need to visit his island at least once, and maybe say hello to him or whatever. Maybe I'll walk into the photo studio and just interact with it just to say I did. And then the next time we come back, now that we're at 3 stars, he should open up his co-op, and we can start getting some of those places built. We really, really need Reese and Cyrus. So that's going to become crucial if I want to decorate, you know. We have to get it done. So okay, this is just the default photo studio. We're probably gonna get a quick tutorial, and I don't know, I'll just empty out the room, and yeah, I guess that should be enough interacting just to make absolutely sure that tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, he opens up the co-op. Okay, now we can go villager hunting. Okay, we got an island with some cherries and some hills. That means our guest should be up here. Ah, it's Rodney. Oh my gosh. I'll be honest, I expected a much lower rating for Rodney, and he's moving down still in the ranks as well. I don't know. So here's why I'm thinking of taking Rodney, because there's a lot of villagers that cause people to have a reaction, right? And I certainly think Rodney is one of them. There are other villagers that people just don't really care about. You know, maybe Sprinkle, for example. I don't think people are like, oh my gosh, you got Sprinkle, but Rodney will definitely elicit some kind of reaction. If I just take any old villager or let it autofill, there's no way we get someone as iconically bad as Rodney. I think we take Rodney. I think we make the sacrifice. We lost Marshall, one of the top villagers in the Animal Crossing universe. I feel like we might lose more people soon, but maybe if we make the sacrifice and show the game that Grimvale is an island for anybody, even disgusting hamsters like Rodney, that maybe, just maybe, Zucker won't leave, Samson won't leave. There's always a chance that this is something that kind of shows whoever's in charge around here, probably Tom Nook, that yes, we're accepting of all kinds of villagers. It doesn't have to be a top 10 villager, although that would be nice. We're trying to create an island where top 10 villagers could commingle and interact and get along with villagers in the top 100 or top 200. Okay, I'm gonna look for my furniture. It is a box sofa. Great find. I'm gonna wrap up a couple more coconuts while we're here, just for presents for different villagers for tomorrow. No DIY yet again. Maybe we go to a Captain Island today, because at least we're guaranteed a DIY. The fossil we found is already here at the museum, so I could just go ahead and sell it. Another 5,000 in the bank for us. Oh, and I forgot to give Octavian something today, and I didn't even realize he was accepting gifts at this time, so this is fantastic. Let's give him the last blue present. Furniture, please. Full body tights. That box sofa I found actually matches this diner counter chair, so this is maybe becoming something here. We get a diner counter and we can do something. But okay, I teased this earlier. I talked about maybe fixing up some areas that we've started and not quite finished yet. And I think this is our prime spot right here to finally get it to a point where we can call it finished. That's why I got the brick well. I think it'll look nice over here. And we are going to pick some stuff up. We're going to move some crops around. The only thing that I'm not going to mess with today is the fence, because in my mind, the fence is actually not right for this area, but there's no point in like removing it. It'll just count as like a guideline for when we put down a new fence. Now the plan is to dig up everything, the pumpkins and the trees, and get everything on a little bed of soil. You're probably seeing now why I've been avoiding this particular project. Picking all this stuff up is so tedious. But once it's done, it's done. This might also be a good spot to do a little bit of decorating around in terms of like Halloween themed decorations. It kind of makes it feel like Nook's Cranny also sets up for the holidays. Like maybe if it wasn't October, this would be a garden with other types of produce in it. But because it's October, they decided to set up like a pumpkin patch for everybody. And if that's what they've done, then it makes sense that they might decorate for Halloween a little bit. So I have to make excuses wherever I can to use the Halloween decorations, just considering the fact that that's the majority of the DIYs I'm going to be getting for a while. It'll look cool though. I've filled up my inventory precisely with everything that was over here. And now I'm going to go ahead and start putting down our dirt. Previously, I talked about doing the dirt path that was lighter, and then I forgot, and et cetera, et cetera. We're just rolling with dark soil for our farm and light soil for like paths. And I'm going to replace the stone path with a dirt path. And I've been thinking about this a lot too. I've been so committed to 4 wide paths that the more I hang out in this area, the weirder it looks to me that the path is too wide. So I am going to be changing some things up in front of Nook's as well. Ooh, I'll definitely take another balloon. Hello? Oh, right, my inventory's full. Okay, well now you have a reason to stay tuned, because here in a bit, we're gonna open that present. I'm just not gonna tell you when. There's also a really good chance I forget to open the present today, and you just have to wait till tomorrow. Okay, this is looking pretty good to me. I think, can I just like plant these like this? Oh, that's so nice. Okay, cool. We're gonna do all the orange ones, and then I'm gonna put the yellow, the white, and the green together in their own little section. Actually, I kind of wonder if I should do only orange pumpkins over here, and we will pluck them today and we'll plant the rest of the farm orange ones. I don't know. Maybe not. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I was gonna take these and then I'm gonna get rid of this one little patch right here. And then we're gonna do some symmetry shenanigans. I'm gonna surround the orange pumpkins with the other colors of pumpkins. And then all I'll need to do is take one of these and just plant it here. Perfect. Okay, now we can pick everything up. Let's get everything watered. And I might sell some of the orange pumpkins. We'll just see what's in my storage. I'll definitely keep these though. Now for the present. What's inside? It is a spooky fence. Oh, this is great. Ooh, 2,000 points for picking more fruit as well, or produce, I should say. Ooh, it looks like with orange pumpkins, I am almost out. So yeah, I'll store the majority of these. I'm gonna build myself a crafting area over in this farm. I can't customize customize this just yet, but we'll come back to it. But with Marshall leaving us the ironwood low table and me already having this kind of cool little tool cart, I thought this might be like a neat thing to do. I grabbed some cherries so I can move some more stuff around. I think I'm going to take this tree and move it over here. I want to kind of tuck it as close to this waterfall as possible. So right there, like so, and it kind of clears out all this space. And what we can do, we can put the workbench right here next to the tree. We could take Marshall's ironwood low table and put it like right here, something, well, maybe we can come in here like that. And that'll let me store a couple of different items next to this crafting area. Maybe the tool cart right here. I don't know. It might need a little bit of rearranging. This is everything going into the build, basically. In fact, I have another idea. Oh my gosh, I just shook this tree by accident and it had, magazine in it. I guess I could use that too. Maybe something like this is a little bit better. So having a bit of a dirt path underneath it, we still got the tree, and putting the table against the wall like that, I think it looks a little bit better. We can even throw the magazine on top of this table like that. And, it is open. It looks kind of like a cooking magazine. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the best thing for this build. We can definitely drop this axe here, though, and that looks pretty good. I just hid one of our pots kind of behind the tree like that. Another fun thing we can do is take something like an iron nugget and maybe put it on top of this thing. Or maybe, in fact, we'll use, like, some clay, actually. So let me grab one of these. I'm using clay because of the top of this thing. Like, that just is a little more contrasty, you know? The iron will kind of blend into it. That looks good to me. And then maybe once we buy some more customization kits, we can throw one of those on this table, or I could just keep adding flimsy axes to this table so we have a place to grab them when we harvest the little wood farm / orange tree orchard. But that looks really nice. I think with a shrub or two and maybe a little path going up to it, like this could look a lot more finished. Anyway, we're not done with the core like farm area yet, so let's eat up some cherries. Try as I might to be careful. Harvesting up these trees, I still miss stuff. That's just, that's a little bit annoying. I was trying to be really careful not to miss anything behind the trees. I literally walk behind them and just tap the button to pick things up. I honestly can't get over the accidental symmetry of this project. When I decided where the plots were gonna go up there for the flowers, I was hoping it kind of lined up with these trees and the patch of trees, I mean. And it does actually line up perfectly. This patch of dirt is centered with those flower plots up there. So I'll get these trees planted back down in a second, but we're gonna hide something back here. We're gonna build our first wooden ladder setup kit. I don't think I'll use this too often, but having it here will be nice. It's gonna be hidden behind a tree, and you can just climb right up here. And if you're watering your pumpkins, you can kind of sneak back here and start watering your flowers too. Got some Nook Miles for crafting. I guess the only downside to the ladder, now that I'm thinking about this, is that it's going to be very easy to, you know, how I just said I was walking back here and tapping the button to pick things up. It's going to be very easy to just pick it up by accident. So, I don't know. I might have to watch out for that. Okay, time to replace this path with a dirt path. For now, I'm going to remove this chair. It's probably not going to come back to this particular build, at least not in that spot. Okay, yeah, something like this. And then we'll taper the corners off here. And then I talked about a path going over to the crafting area. And similar to what I showed you with the bridge up top here, that little circle, I'm going to make a couple of those for this spot. And it's just, again, supposed to represent like a way to get over here. It's kind of just encouraging people to come back here without super committing to putting down a whole bunch of path tiles. I don't know about you, but I just feel a bit strange about putting paths directly next to a river. It kind of feels like you're encouraging someone to walk next to a river that has no railing whatsoever, and at any moment they could just fall in and then you're liable. But I think something like this, awesome. You know, the path just kind of stops, but then you see up here, there's a couple more little stepping stones, and boom, you're in your crafting area. Now, while we're in path mode, let's see what a 4-wide path would look like here. I lamented a lot about how it would look strange with the two bridges like this, blah, blah, blah. And the more and more and more I saw the island coming together and the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, you know what? I should at least try it. It's probably going to look better than it does now, to be honest. I don't really like the way this all turned out. So if we just kind of make this 4 wide, and then maybe we put something on this weird little corner right here, maybe like a shrub or anything, it won't look too bad. I guess what you could say is that this does look a bit strange when you get to right here. Once you get to here and the paths are no longer lining up, you're starting to ask some questions about the designer and if they planned out this island really carefully or if they're very lazy. So maybe we do this. Let's get rid of the stone path starting right here. We'll do a cutoff. We'll even round this corner right here. And then maybe we replace this stone path with a little more dirt path. If I manage to get the fences I want, I'm going to put one more right here. So it'll just be like a nice little modest entrance. And I think what we would do is bring this little dirt path out just a little more. And I don't know, do we keep the separation between these two things, or do we kind of start to try and connect them a little bit? So maybe we do something like this, where this path just kind of starts right where this one stops. Maybe bring it back a tile is the right call. I don't know. I think the further away this dirt path starts, the more intentional everything kind of feels. And if we put an item, like a large item right here, maybe some stuff in the back too, that will feel a little more like planned, I think. It'll make sense why the path didn't quite meet and line up that way, because there's just something else that had to be here. I don't know what to tell you. It might be a good excuse for a silo. Oh, we can definitely put this signpost somewhere as well. Maybe a drinking fountain over here. Oh, I forgot. We also will have the stonework kitchen now, because we unlocked cooking. Ooh, wait a minute. Maybe this is the answer to all of our problems. Okay, I made a whole bunch of stuff. So the signpost will probably go somewhere over here. I'm thinking right on this janky little corner. Everything I'm placing down right now, just know that I intend on customizing it to just be a different color. For now, we're just kind of putting stuff down in its most likely permanent location. Let's pick this stuff up here. Now, this to me is the answer to the problems we're having. I don't know if this dirt path underneath what I'm trying to do is gonna work, but the idea was take our kitchen and put it down here against the wall, kind of shove it up like that, and create like an area that just feels like really intentional as a cooking area next to nooks. Just like the crafting area we did over there, we can have a cooking area right here, which would make a little bit of sense because this is a farm. And so, you know, just like Zucker, a little bit of farm to table action. Ooh, we can even connect the two paths. I don't know if this is the right call or if it'll look good, but we can do something like this. Maybe then we can make like a little entrance spot like right here, inviting people to, you know, so we can kind of taper it off like that. And then it feels like something would need to go right here. So I made a stone stool, which we can put right there. And I grabbed a lantern, which we could put on top of the stool, just like that. So this kind of acts, I don't know, a little street light or something. I don't really know what you want to call it. We could even just kind of put it on the corner. We could even just kind of put it on that little corner right there, or I don't know, maybe it's better if it's not like right on top of the path, just so it's easier to walk. And I think if we took the drinking fountain and kind of placed it right here, kind of like right at the entrance of Nooks, this will kind of feel like, again, a little more intentional. It's Nooks kind of becomes a more happening spot. We got a drinking fountain where when you're shopping, you can just refresh yourself a little bit. Maybe you can use the community kitchen over here. I don't know, cook up some pumpkin soup or something. I grabbed a frying pan just to put something like on top of the, you know, kitchen here, since it does hold an item, so that looks good. As for our simple well, I thought that could go over here on the other side because it's just nice and big, and it does feel like we are going to need some items just over here kind of balancing this whole thing out. I think that means the trees move around a little bit, but that's okay. It is starting to feel like another seating area is in order. Like we do this whole thing again with another set of tables and chairs, and we just kind of set everything up right here with maybe trees kind of by the river, maybe a couple little fences. So it's like a nice little place to eat. At this point, I honestly cannot promise you that Grimvale won't just become a place where people just eat all the time. It's just full of people who like food and people who cook food. But all right, I grabbed a couple more things as well. I'm gonna move this out of the way for a sec, and I'm gonna place this old-fashioned wash tub here, just like that. This is an item I really like. I just think it always adds a bit of character next to a river. And in front of it, I might put a shrub, but maybe not. Kind of looks good without it. Where it does feel like we could use a shrub is maybe right here. So I'm going to put a yellow tea olive star. Oh, not there. Oh, maybe I can't put one here. Yeah, it won't let me plant one here. That's odd. I can put down path right here. I might have to think of something else to put in that spot. That's going to look a bit odd with a shrub and then just an empty spot and then the bridge. Oh, you know why it looks odd? Because normally there would be a path here because it's supposed to be a 4-wide path now. That's why. So actually this works out. I'll put an orange tea olive start right here. And then across this like little cliff edge, it feels like at least one shrub, if not more, could fit in here nicely. So let's put another yellow one like right here. I'll put another yellow one maybe right here. I wanted to see what it would look like if I threw a hay bed just right there. So we have the shrub kind of hiding back here, then a hay bed. So the shrub will be hiding behind it. I don't think that looks too bad. Putting stuff next to cliffs, especially at an angle, has always been just a bit challenging and odd. This might be a good combination of things, though. Maybe we find an item for the top of that stump at some point, but yeah, once the shrubs are grown in, this might look pretty cool. I might throw an orange one right next to this shrub just to fill out this big empty gap a little more. I'm not going to put like a diagonal fence. That's not possible. So I don't know, that might keep people from falling in the river like I was concerned about. I just want to see what it looked like if I move the circle over just one tile. I actually don't think it's possible because these keep trying to connect. So when I do this, kind of ruins my little circle. I think it would look great if I could have the circle like that. And maybe there's a trick to doing it that I don't know about, but okay, it looks like I'll have to do something like this, then make this a circle, and that's not too bad. There does appear to be a little bit of a gap that we might not need. We can actually maybe take this circle and move it up closer to, oh no, see, same problem. But we could do it like this, and that brings them a little closer together. And then if I really want to, I might be able to fit another circle right here. It's just that this path could end up connecting to it depending on where I put it. Like this would have to be the top of it. So yeah, that wouldn't really work. That's okay though. We can put something, I don't know, over here, and it might encourage the person walking to walk at a bit of an angle and get up here. And yeah, this area feels a little more filled out now. I like it. Okay, let's throw down an orange shrub right here. And then we'll do our butter churn / spinning wheel again right there. So I don't know why you would come over here to spin wool, but there it is. And I can shove a hay bed right here, which does make it feel like it needs something else next to it here. But this is kind of what I'm talking about, just kind of piling up some stuff and making it feel a little more cluttered. And so you're like, well, I can't really hang out down here. I guess I should go craft some stuff. Honestly, just a tall street lamp or something right here would be excellent. For the time being though, this is pretty great. And yeah, this area is feeling so much better. Once we get some stuff placed down on the top of this cliff, I think it's gonna feel even more like, I don't know, better, like filled in a little more. If there was maybe a tree right in this open spot, just kind of where I'm standing on top of that cliff, that might look pretty nice. I guess I could tuck a shrub back here. I was thinking of using more shrubs in this spot, but I don't know. Back here is going to be something, I'm sure. We'll come back to it. I think I've been at it for quite a while today, but we're not done yet because I still need to place down a staircase and start paying that off. And I think I'm going to do the staircase that's supposed to go right over here. This tree is in the way, but I'm not going to cut it down. I'm going to thieve it. And like I said, a tree over here might look nice. So I'm going to see what it looks like. Well, that's a little too close to the cliff. Somewhere right here. And I know that means interesting things for our path and future bridge. But yeah, let's go ahead and just plop it right in here. And yeah, I think, again, just that extra height and something right here will help this build look good. We can even put another one maybe like up here, since, well, that might be exactly where the bridge is going. I don't know yet. But whenever we get the bridge placed down and we have like our little circle paths complete, something right in here, an extra tree would look good. Anyway, staircase. So we're going to dig out a few tiles just like this. Oops, looks like there's another tree in our way. That's all right. When it comes to making a path, this rock is also going to be in our way, so I'll go ahead and get rid of this while we're at it. Poor pumpkins. I was going to sell them, but now they've just become food for renovating. So yeah, we'll carve the staircase into here. And in order to kind of maintain the natural looking vibes, I guess, of the spot, I think I just need to take this cliff and bulk it up right here like that. And then maybe put some cliff right here. See, this is why I didn't want to terraform. Oops. And maybe we taper that off like that. And I don't know. It still looks kind of natural. If I don't taper this, which I could decide to later, but if I don't, the staircase will be flush and it'll still look like I dug it into a more natural cliff. So our 4 wide path will run right into the cliff right here, or into the staircase rather. It will stop. I know that Lloyd is going to remove it right now. It'll stop, and then boom, staircase, and then we probably switch to 2 wide dirt paths or something once we get up there. Oh, another balloon. Come on, big piece of furniture. Ooh, spooky lantern set. Okay, I thought I was kind of done getting spooky recipes after I got the fence, but I guess not. Molly wants me to buy a pullover jacket, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes. I don't need a pullover for 2016 bells. Okay, I really want to be your friend, so I'll do this. What a deal she just got. Oh my gosh. Y'all, we got to stop being desperate for the love and attention of these villagers. They literally think pullover jackets are worth 2,000 bells. Used pullover jackets, I might add. Oh, I forgot. He's not going to let us put down the stone staircase because we still have to build the other stone staircase. Thankfully, I paid it down though. All right, well, today was a lot. And tomorrow, we just dive a little bit deeper. So I'll see you there, and that video will be right here if it's ready. Otherwise, subscribe so you can join in all the chaos tomorrow. Goodbye.